Hey, how you doing, everybody? This is me, Waddles. Shockingly, it was already half a year ago now. I posted this beautiful video right here. In the precursor to today's video, we took on one of the greatest challenges of all time. Today, the plan is pretty straightforward. In these chests right here, I laid out 10 brand new farms. Delete that like button for me real quick, because here are 10 farms specifically for 1.20 in... Well, I got like 9 minutes left. We should get going. Farm number 1. Oh, it's beautiful. Pink petals, added in Minecraft 1.20. We walk up to the petal, we bone meal it. Give me a minute. We find the pink petal, we plant the petal. Then we walk up to the petal with bone meal and continue bone mealing for, oh my gosh, the world's most beautiful, useful pink dye farm of all time. All right, I guess you're right. That was a little bit cheap. We'll go ahead and spice it up a little bit with a couple extra blocks. Biggest question of all time, can we plant petals on mud? Can we? Oh, yes, we can, and it's beautiful too. Now check this out. Every single time I bone meal these flowers and they land back on a mud block, the hopper will scoop them up right away and throw them in the chest. Maybe you put a couple extra blocks around this thing to stop the petals from going everywhere, and you're golden. That's beautiful. Pink dye is definitely wonderful, but what if we went ahead and made that farm a little bit more useful for us? If we add a couple extra blocks to this setup right here, it gets exponentially better. We start with a chest into a hopper. Then this time we're going to go with a composter. Then I think we're going to go with another hopper. Then finally, at the top of the tower here, we're going to put a little bit of mud. We put pink petal right there, and then I take it out and I put some other blocks around it because I got to save time, and this is way quicker. After that, we'll go ahead and build this up a little bit more. Pink petal right in the middle, and voila, look at this thing. I stand right here, and I don't know if you can hear it, but it's a bone meal machine. Really easily, too. Just petals repeatedly in a bone meal. And all this other stuff. Wow. Next up is Camel Bamel. Recently, in the Minecraft 1.20 guide, we got a camel. It's kind of beautiful. Look at how big this thing's bounding box is. We will use the bounding box to its advantage. Once you've done a little bit of grinding in your world, this is the farm for you. If you want to have infinite camels easily, anytime you need them, build this little contraption. So we're going to go ahead and start with, we'll put a slab right there. Then we'll go ahead and make a ring around this slab. This ring of blocks is all temporary, though. Don't get too used to it. We're going to pull it out in a second. Then we're going to build another ring around the ring. After that, we go ahead and pull some of these out right there. That should be pretty good. Then we go ahead and build a box around this thing. You know, make it, like, nice and safe. After I've done all this hard work and grinding, I'm going to come back in and actually swap that out for a fence post. It's a tiny bit smaller. And then put the final top ring on this farm. Next up, getting a camel into it. Oh, it's going to be... Well, it's going to be insanely easy for me. I'm just going to spawn a... Oops, I'm going to spawn a camel right there. And then I'm going to spawn another camel right there. And move it over a little bit. Sorry about that, Walter. My bad. A little bit of cactus, a little bit of cactus. Give it a minute here. And romantically, we will get a baby camel that drops straight out of the bottom of this thing. Then I can take this camel wherever I want. Alright, now look, in part 1, we went through 10 absolutely marvelous farms. Also, 10 different farms. At the time, camels didn't exist in Minecraft, kinda. This farm, look, listen, please still leave a like in this video, please, please, please. But I did technically show this farm off, I think I did, in that original one. However, Minecraft 1.20 added those pots, and those pots definitely weren't in the game at that time. We knew nothing about them. To get those pots, you're gonna need a whole lot of bricks. You need to be fully bricked up. To get fully bricked up, you're gonna need a lot of clay. And to get a lot of clay, look at this. Beautiful. Now look, to be honest, I don't know how I always mess this mechanic up. I always kind of like confuse it for like putting dirt there, clay there or something. But make a small 3x3 square of blocks. Put pointed dripstone below those blocks. Blocks don't matter. And then put mud on top of it. And eventually, you're going to get yourself a whole lot of clay. And then you know how it goes. Take the clay over to a furnace, smelt it up into bricks, then move over to the crafting table. And with the bricks, make this beautiful looking pot right here. I feel a little bit guilty though. We just talked about camels, and that's only half of the Minecraft 1.20 mobs. Next up, we need to talk about the other one. Now, a little disclaimer here. This farm, it will be slightly expensive if you build it this way. Technically speaking, if you're worried about maybe like cost and things like that, I got a better farm for you. Except that farm will definitely take me way more time to build. Instead, I could speed place a bunch of hoppers. Yeah, actually, check it out. Just like this. Ooh. Right after placing a ton of hoppers on the ground, I can come back on top of this thing and place a ton of mud right on top of it. A very popular block today, I guess. I recommend making it at least 7x7. So yes, it will be a little bit expensive. Maybe build the iron farm first or something like that. However, you build a 7x7 square of hoppers, put mud all over the top, and then make walls that are at least 2 tall all the way around this thing. And oh boy, I mean, look, I have no clue how I'm doing on time here in this video. I can't look at a timer. It's stressing me out too much. But oh boy, this thing is beautiful. If I could talk about this thing all day long, I would talk about it all day long. Give our friend a little bit of time. It digs up a seed and then immediately, or almost immediately, right there in the chest for us. Next up, look, I know this one is a little bit more abstract. Like, maybe it's weird or whatever, but I think this is actually, maybe, potentially not a terrible idea to do. Step number 1. Go into your world, find a spawner, and clear it out a little bit. Like, clear it out 4 blocks every direction, just like you're making a normal spawner farm. After you've taken care of that, run around to the caves nearby and make sure they're all nice and bright. Gotta make it safe. Now, look, I don't know how you're gonna do this. There are so many different ways you could do it, but you're gonna need to get a camel. All the way down into the caves. We get a camel all the way down into the caves and we make it dark near the spawner. We sit on top of the camel and we take out anything that comes from the spawner. And that's it. Using the camel's pure sense of height, willpower, knowledge, all that stuff. To make this mob farm, you literally just sit on a camel with a sword. It's easy as that. Back over inside of the flat world, with 6 farms down, it's time for another classic. But I kind of had to put it here. This one is technically a farm that I showed off in the other video, so this time around, we're going to build it a little bit beefier, a little bit better. We're going to start with a small 2x2 square on the ground. We're going to plant bamboo on all of these squares. After that, while the bamboo is already growing, is ready for it, we're going to start coming in with some blocks. Then we pick 2 sides, easy enough, doesn't matter the size as long as they're opposite sides. We'll place pistons facing inward, and then we'll put solid blocks right behind those pistons, just like that. On top of the solid blocks, we do a little bit of redstone. Then after that, we have observers looking in at the bamboo. Oh, look at it, it's beautiful, and that one's really growing fast, it's crazy. After that, we finish it up with a couple more solid blocks around this thing. And voila, just like that, we have built a super more efficient kind of a bamboo farm. I mean, the bigger the better with these things, but that's pretty cool. Next up, and what very well might be the trickiest farm of the day. Oh boy, this thing is a little bit tricky. We're gonna start by building a staircase up into the sky. We wanna go high, but like not too high. After building the staircase for a little while, we're gonna do a trap door. Then we're gonna grab a block and place the block and remove a block and basically end up with another trap door. Just like that. To make the top part of this contraption work a little bit better, we're gonna come in here with some extra building blocks right there. Then we're gonna place these building blocks going all the way back down to the ground on both sides. On the ground down here, just to stop any fall damage or anything like that, we'll place a little bit of water. Then we'll place a couple more building blocks in here, so whatever goes in here, what could it be? I don't know quite yet. Whatever ends up in here, we don't want it to get out though. Alternatively here, if you didn't want to have standing water on the ground, we could put a dispenser right there, put water inside of the dispenser, and then hook some redstone up to the dispenser. Next up, it is time for a lightning rod. We will put a lightning rod not right there, but like right there. That should probably be good. With our water properly dispensed over here so nothing goes wrong, we don't take any fall damage, it's time to find a creeper and move quickly. We're going to need to get a creeper to lock onto us, and then we're going to run up the staircase. If we go fast but not too fast, the creeper should lock onto us and try and follow me. We're going to go ahead and open the trap doors back up, and a creeper friend falls all the way down there. This is the time-consuming part. We need to wait around outside for a thunderstorm to happen. Then we take a channeling trident and hit that lightning. Whoops. We take a channeling trident and hit that lightning rod. And just like that, we made ourselves a charged creeper. Or 2. Oh no. Oh no. With all of that successfully done, you now have an easy way to get a charged creeper. You take it over to the nether or something, and you get piglin heads. Oh no, we're running out of time here. For this next farm, we're gonna go real quick. We're gonna start with a water bucket in the ground. We're gonna grab a hoe and till 4 blocks out in every single direction from that water source. If I had the extra time today, I would come in and put walls all around this thing, but I don't have that luxury. Next up, it's farmer villager time. We're gonna need one of these guys. They're gonna farm the new plants for me. Trap the villager near its workstation on top of farmland with the new seeds, and the villager will do all the work for you. Beautiful. I knew what I was doing. I said this one for last, just in case I was running out of time. All you need to do is go to the nether with a camel. Inside of the nether here, with nothing more than a camel with a saddle on it, a good sword, and a gold helmet. Look at this thing. This is the easiest gold farm. We find a flat open area with zombified piglin. We sit on the camel. We run around a little bit maybe and just take out a zombified piglin. This is easily Minecraft's easiest, most simple, most movable gold farm ever. And so, 10 Minecraft 1.20 farms. There you go. Hopefully these will help you out inside of your world. At this point, if you haven't caught the original video, check it out. If you'd like to see 10 more things, then leave a like on this video, that'll let me know. And subscribe if you're new. Thank you all so much for watching. Check out our Sweet Berry merch, and until next time, go have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.